Welcome back to my world, Dario Richie here, and I thought for the last class, if it is the last class, I get my glasses on for this final class, for these final exams. My most favorite glasses, the Christmassy tree glasses, and of course Oshawott approves. He's still hanging out, he's still sitting here with me, but my goodness, my last episode, my last class, my gosh. We went on a whirl of failure. That was just... It was bound to happen eventually, and I considered that class to be a serious fail compared to the first time I actually failed. Because that was more like a bit of a misclick just about. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Our final class, I believe so. Because after all this is my final video for episode... Is it episode? Hang on, I got it all listed here. So, we've done 1, 2, the Academy class, yeah, episode 3. So this is still episode 3 for my Pokemon Violet post-game series. The completion of every Academy class. And we're about to do the last one here. And then after this, well, after this video, we're going to be doing our next episode, which is called Find and Catch the Treasuries of Rune Quartets. So there's these mysterious locations, about I think 4 of them. I have to do a bit of a grind, so I need to go looking for those things that stick in those stakes. I have to collect all of them, of each one. It will unlock the opening of the these mysterious locations. But these mysterious locations I identified and we learned them in class. So we're going to do our final class here. And I'm assuming, I thought it was going to be in our history class that we're going to learn them, but maybe it's in this class. Maybe this final class is the place where we learn about these mysterious legendary Pokemon in preparation of our next episode of our post-game series. So let's go. I'm very intrigued to know who the teacher's going to be. Is it going to be Clavel, maybe? Who knows? Good evening, Master Dario. What class would you like to take? The only one that's left. Home. EC. You like Home EC with Mr. Saguaro. Sagu. Saguaro. Mr. Seguaro. Alright. We'll stick to that. Yes. Class will begin soon. Don't be toady. Here we go. I'm so excited. So excited. Whoa. I see we have some energetic young ones in our class this time around. You may call me Mr. Seguaro. Your time here with me will be spent obtaining knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life. Many of you have left the care of your parents to live here on your own in the Academy dormitory. I pray that the knowledge I impact to you will improve the quality of your lives and the necessities thereof food, clothing, and shelter. Oh, more like a survival kit kind of thing. Of those 3 categories, I assume the most pressing and interesting for you all is food. When you eat sandwiches on your picnics, the HP of your party Pokemon will be restored. You will also gain something called meal powers, which can provide all manner of benefits. For example, these powers can make Pokemon easier to catch or increase the XP points that your Pokemon receive. I think you will also find that the breadth of these effects can be expanded by crafting sandwiches of suburb flavor. What's more, there is a certain something that is particularly important if you wish to receive meal. powers with even more helpful effects. Let me see, Master Dario. Tell me, what must you keep in mind to receive even more helpful meal powers? My choice of fillings and condiments, how fast I can prepare the food. Oh. Heart into it. Let's do that. Huh, that is an interesting take. Though not exactly what I was looking for. I suppose you are correct in a sense. Your choice of ingredients, including both fillings and condiments, is an important factor in gaining even more helpful meal powers. Okay, I went with more like heart and soul. For example, using sweet ingredients in your sandwiches may help you gain egg power, including numerous bitter ingredients. On the other hand, you can gain new item drop power. Learning to aim for specific effects when crafting sandwiches will almost certainly make your culinary endeavors more enjoyable. Please be aware, however, that you can also receive meal powers by eating at restaurants. I must say that I would feel the utmost joy if you all learned much here in my class and came to better understand home economics. Our time together has come to an end. For today, I bid you farewell. Bid you all farewell. Yes. Put away your phones. It is time to begin class. Now, thinking about food, right, it's just about midday. Just about my lunchtime. So that's actually funny. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effects you can get from food on your picnics. You can receive meal powers, and even restore HP for all the Pokemon in your party. It is a truly convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you are aware, it is not suited for use in battles, when you cannot make food or when you wish to restore HP quickly. In times such as those, you should make use of healing items such as potions, which you can purchase from Pokemarts or the school store. Healing items are eminently effective and can be used anytime that you can open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions restore 20 HP, Super Potions restore 60 HP, and Hyper Potions restore 120 HP. The pricier the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you are stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are inextricable part of traveling from place to place. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. You find yourself with injured Pokemon, but you have no potions. You are out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Master Dario, what should you search for when you in a peerless situation with no way to heal your Pokemon? Place with water? Items on the ground. I guess? Perfect! Master Dario, I see you are well learned in survival techniques. If you see something shiny on the ground, it is actually an item that has been dropped there. You may be able to find a restorative item, such as an orange berry or a potion, in this way. You can use the R button to send out your Pokemon to pick up such items as well. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it will decide on its own when to eat the berry during battle. Letting your Pokemon decide this timing for itself can be quite interesting. At any rate, if you find yourself in need of healing, I suggest that you look around for shining items on the ground. If you can't find such items, there are other methods you may employ for healing your but I see the bell demands that topic wait. Our time together has come to an end. For today, I bid you all farewell. Put away the old phones, it is time to begin class. In my last class, I taught about HP restoration. However, after class, I was asked by several of you about PowerPoints, commonly known as PP. When a Pokemon loses all of its HP, it faints and can no longer battle. What then happens to a Pokemon when it loses all of its PP? It struggles. It can't use moves. Perfectly correct, Master Dario. Perhaps you know this from first-hand experience. When a Pokemon runs out of PP, it can no longer use its moves. However, each move has its own store of PP, so you can mitigate PP loss by using a variety of moves rather than just one move repeatedly. If a Pokemon loses all PP for all of its moves, it will only be able to use Struggle, an action that also damages the Pokemon that uses it. In order to avoid this predicament, PP can be restored at Pokemon Centers along with HP. Items such as Ethers and Max Ethers can also be used to restore PP. Be careful not to confuse potions with Ethers in the heat of battle. However, Ethers are not sold at shops, so you should use them judiciously if you find them. The stronger the move, the lower its maximum PP. Do not waste uses of these moves unless you wish to quickly run out of PP. It is important to find balance in a Pokemon set of moves. As you can see, HP isn't the only thing you must keep an eye on while adventuring with Pokemon. I hope that you will all take care of to ensure that your partner Pokemon can perform at their best, as you each engage in the treasure hunt. Our time together has come to an end for today. Our next meeting will be an excellent examination today. Be sure to review well in preparation. I bid you farewell. The time has come to test how well you all have learned here in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades, which is not an effect of a picnic meal. Which of the following affects the kinds of meal powers received from a particular meal? Filling and condiments. Which of these berries can restore Pokemon's HP? Owen berry. Lendro wanted his Pokemon to decide on its own when to use its item in battle, so he gave it an Owen berry. This will work as he hopes. True. If a move runs out of PP, it can no longer be used. If a Pokemon runs out of PP for all its moves, it can only sit there in frustration. If a Pokemon runs out of PP for all its moves, it can only sit there in frustration. No, it's supposed to, it will use struggle. So that's false. It won't just sit there. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I hope you were all able to give the examination everything you had. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. Well, I'm really hoping that I don't struggle like last time. It feels great to get a test out of the way. You must get 3 questions correct to pass midterm and 4 questions correct to pass final exam. Let's see how you did. Yeah! Look at that! That was a little bit tricky though. It was a little bit tricky. Maybe because I'm just poofed out of recording all these videos. That's a passing score. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Shall we continue? Of course. Let's go. I wonder if that revisiting a class means that, for example, if we revisited the history class, I think that way, that's how I know to learn about those legendaries. We'll have to wait and find out and see what happens. Put away your phones. It is time to begin class. Oh, I've got my phone just over there. Though some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times, I am glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. Oh really? I feel honored to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root in all of you. I trust that you will all work just as hard on your life skills as this second half of our course as well. Let us now turn our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked this question is a younger man who enjoys the culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. Arvin! Hello, Arvin, yes. He also spends the day and night studying all aspects of the culinary arts. He's just sitting on the left there. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, Master Dario, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers? He should make he should make food more often. He should make food with other people. Well, I'm just gonna go with the middle one. Perfectly correct. I see that you are knowledgeable about the culinary arts. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more probably as well when dealing with a difficult issue. Working with others to solve that issue may be the best course of action. I am sure that Arvin will likewise work with friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. Oops. The identity of the male student is a matter of privacy, so I would ask that you do not pry too deeply. At first I thought you was meant to, I don't know, say it on purpose, but our time together has come to an end. For today, I bid you all farewell. Put away your phones, it is time to begin class. Well, you're outperforming fieldwork with one of your Pokemon walking alongside you. Have you ever noticed changes in its coloration? Now I don't mean that it suddenly becomes a shiny Pokemon or any nonsense like that. I am speaking of it becoming filthy. Pokemon battle, they get hurt by moves used against them. They get battered by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy. I have seen many a trainer walking about with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing this issue. It is deplorable. Let me ask this question of someone who I am sure would not tolerate such shameful conduct. Ah yes, Master Dario. What should you do if your Pokemon is dirty? Clean it up? Perfectly correct. I knew I could count on you to provide me with such an answer. When your Pokemon are dirty, clean them. This is, of course, simply common sense. While you are having a picnic, you can approach the Pokemon on your team and perform a variety of actions. One such action is putting them through what I like to call the Pokemon wash. In other words, you are able to clean them up. You start by getting your sponge lathered up with soapy bubbles as you gently and carefully scrub your Pokemon. So sweet. Once your Pokemon is nice and covered in soapy bubbles, the bubbles will encapsulate the filth, and then you simply wash it away with spray of water. This will get your Pokemon clean and shining, bright as a Terra Jewel. It is certainly quite a bit of work, but this will also restore HP and cure status conditions. However, some Pokemon may have parts of their bodies they don't want scrubbed of that they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, the most important point that I must mention is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. Though I will contradict myself by saying this, please do remember that cleaning your Pokemon is not always the kind thing to do. Our time together has come to an end. For today, I bid you all farewell. Put away your phones, it is time to begin our last class together. Yes. Home economics is the study of life's necessities. But looking back on our time together, I realize that I focused almost entirely on food. I hope it is not too late to shift to a discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. As I'm sure you are aware, our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one each for spring, summer, fall, and winter, when the academy accepted you. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe. As long as you wear our school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school issued. This includes your bag or your hat, if you choose to wear one. You are even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against school rules. Almost certainly have been against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me. There is one more thing you all like to decorate, which I must say I find quite charming. Our Walton phones. Perfect, correct. That's what we've been doing throughout the series. That's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit that I am fascinated by Walton phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So that there's a shop called Delibird Presents, where you can purchase cases for your Walton phones. I did not even know that. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with this small talk. As this class known as Home Economics near its end, I offer these final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part of deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourselves, to take care of your Pokemon, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I would be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, even if only a little. This sentiment was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel, and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close. For today, prepare to do your best on our final exam. Well, we're gonna find out after this exam. Where do we go from here? Well, Ganga, you're gonna wish me luck for my final exam? It might not be, because I'm still yet to find out the history, or like, I should say, the information and knowledge of these legendary Pokemon and their locations. Yes, let's go. Let's go. But I think I'm gonna have some lunch after this. The time has come to test how well you all have learned in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon? Sparkling power, encounter power, catching power. I'm gonna go with sparkling power. Which of the following is not an effect of egg power? It makes eggs hatch faster. It helps hatch strong Pokemon. It makes eggs easier to find. Which of the following is not an effect of egg power? Ooh. I can't remember if we were even talking about eggs, man. My head's all phased out. So many exams. This one, I reckon. What is a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers? Make food more often, make food at home, make food with others. What is the correct action to take when your adorable Pokemon become dirty? Pokemon wash, Pokemon dash, Pokemon wish, Pokemon wash. This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each season? This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each season? It doesn't matter. That's it. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I made the questions a little easier than I'd planned to, as a way of saying thank you for informing me about Rotom phone cases. I was expecting something to do with a Rotom phone case. I trust that you all gave this exam everything you had to so that you will not have to retake it. I hope. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. Farewell. Well, let's find out what happens. I have a feeling that we're going to have to go through another class to learn about that, because the way it works is that when I did my research and looked up for each post-game thing I was going to do, completing all the classes was the key to unlock information about these legendary Pokemon. So I'm assuming that after all these classes are complete, there's going to be maybe another one, a bonus class. It feels great to get your test out of the way. You must get 3 questions correct to pass the midterm, but 4 questions correct to pass the final. How did I do? Oh, 4 out of 5. Alright, well, our final exam, at least I passed the first go. Holy fudge. That's a passing score, congratulations. Mr. Segura asked, yep. M. For marvelous. Magnificent, even. You have now finished all of your classes and passed all of their exams. Yes, what happens next? I have this for you from Director Clavel. Okay, large one. Now you can focus all of your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. Good morning, Master Dario. I have a feeling that doing the history class again, I mean that was my favorite one, should give me the information that I need. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna see what happens because I wanna know. Hang on. Wait a minute. Ah! Staff room, director's office. Oh! This is interesting. Staff room, director's office. Just so I don't want to, because a lot of the stuff I can save for my live streams, I want to just get straight to the point and see where do I go to further the information, to get the information about the legendary. So I'm going to do a bit of research. Give me 1 second. Alright. Did a bit of research. I have to start befriending Raifort. I forgot. Hard name to memorize. I have to start befriending her. So, I'm just going to save my game real quick. And we're going to start chatting with her. I don't know if I have to take another of her history classes. Maybe. But maybe not. Because I think if we just go to her now, she might be able to tell me a bit about them now. But I'm saving my game, just in case. I can save it for the beginning of the episode. Raifort. Hello. Yes, Dario from class 1A. The way you conduct yourself in my class and the answers you give to my questions, I admit they pique my interest. You are quite the interesting pupil, I must say. Tell me, Dario, given a choice, which do you prefer? Things of old or things that are new? I prefer older things. I do. I really do. Ah, so you prefer the things of the past, do you? The potential I saw in you was real after all. Yes, this one may indeed be of good use to me someday. Huh. Ah, you can disregard that. I was simply thinking out loud. I enjoyed our little conversation today. You have my thanks, Dario. You became slightly closer with Miss Raifort. Slightly closer, eh? Well, I think I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna find out, or where I have to get to a point where she will tell me about those legendaries, locations, because that's how I like to, I don't want to just Google it, I just like to get it through the actual nature of the game. So I think I'll leave it there. I'll end this off, this final video, or the end of the episode basically, episode 3, with a bit of a cliffhanger. It's very interesting, but I have been teasing it out. I've been talking about these legendary Pokemon. I haven't quite given the names of them, and of course if any of you guys have progressed before me, you will obviously know who I'm talking about. But yes, we're gonna save it there. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed each of these videos. I did all this throughout the whole morning. It's 12:30 p.m. now on Sunday, the December 17th, And this very video right now is probably going to be uploaded in a week's time from now, because I'm going to be uploading all these videos one day at a time. Bam, 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 bam. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the mysterious next episode. Peace out.